It's time to stop treating life like it's a dress rehearsal. And that's me included. I am as guilty of this as anybody else, of treating life as if there's going to be a do-over of this very experience. Now, people might say, well, you're going to have an afterlife and this and that. Okay, fair. However, I know for a fact that I am never going to have a do-over of this very life experience right here, right now. As a matter of fact, I'm never going to have a repeat of this very moment that I am experiencing right now ever again. And so when I think about this moment, at least at this point in my life, I say, what is the very best thing that I could be doing at this very moment? What's the very best way that I can allocate or invest my not only time, but my attention, my focus, my deliberate awareness? What's the best way I can give myself to this moment? And I decided that doing exactly what I'm doing right now is the very best investment that I can make into my life right now at this very moment, because I am no longer willing to postpone my life for another day or even another moment. And it's funny because we have this culture, right? I think this is a universal thing, which is like a New Year culture. And we wait on a new year to like start our lives over, or like to get back onto those goals that we have for ourselves, or to start doing the things that we say are important to us, to get into better shape, or to work on our relationship, or to build the business. Mostly it's financial and health related. So we tell ourselves all these things, we hype ourselves up all the way until the first of the year. And I don't know about your country or your culture, but in American culture, usually people get started on like January 2nd, because December 31st, they usually get wasted and then waking up late on the next day, tired, groggy, and basically don't feel like doing the things that they told themselves they were going to do getting into the new year. So what do? They wait until the 2nd, and then it starts. And then a month goes by, 2 months go by, and then you don't see them at the gym anymore, or just right back into the same habits, right? Said they were going to start reading, and now all of a sudden they're back to scrolling, a little less reading, and then eventually they're not reading at all, and they're completely scrolling. They're just back to the exact same habits, exact same way. And so I remember this little kid, there was like a video where this kid was like, he's in his neighborhood, and he's like, Cheryl says, new year, new me. And the little kid's like, more like, new year, same you. You've been the same all these years. It was just like the funniest little country little thing. You'll understand if you're from the U.S. Like these kids from the South, from the country, can be real characters. And so it was just a reminder for me. Like, man, it is funny how we tell ourselves all these things. And I believe why we tell ourselves that, we're going to do the thing later is because we don't have any respect for the now. And to be honest with you, it's actually a great way to actually never have to do anything. And the reason why we feel like we can continue to postpone everything is because we don't believe that this is the only moment we actually have. We don't respect that truth. We don't yet fully consciously understand that there is no later, right? Later on is just going to be another version of now. And I know that might sound woo-woo or psych you out a little bit, but really just think about it, like straight up logically, there is no tomorrow. There is only your projected thought of tomorrow. There is no yesterday. It's only your memory of yesterday. And in most cases, your memory is, 50-50 of what truly happened yesterday, because it's filtered by our perspective. The only thing that truly exists is this very moment, and so many of us evade this moment. We run from this moment. We're looking to get to the next moment. Again, I'm guilty of this as anybody else. As a matter of fact, probably more guilty than most people, where I lived most of my young life always looking for tomorrow, like waiting for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's going to be a better day. Well, tomorrow's going to be this opportunity. I just can't wait to get to the next thing. I can't wait to get to the next thing. And it's only really a new thing that I've fully incorporated and fully have embodied and lived by. Like, this is a part of my self-image where I'm genuinely appreciating the now. I'm appreciating the thing that they call the journey, right? Enjoy the process or love the journey, because the journey is life. Like sometimes, we might be brushing our teeth or driving and we think those are the in-between moments. But really, that's your life. All of that is life. It's not like, oh, when I get to the job, then that's life. When I get to the event, that's life. When I get to the this, like, life is not necessarily these event sequences. It's everything that is happening right here, right now in the moment. And if you're not able to seize the moment, to take this moment, to grab this moment and do all that you can to pour your most authentic self into that moment, then you're probably not going to do it in the next moment. If you don't make a decision to do this now, to bring your vision or your dream into reality right now, to pull that future into the right now, if you don't do that, then you're probably never going to meet it. And instead, you will continue to treat your life like it is a dress rehearsal. You will continue to treat your life as if there's going to be a do-over, as if as soon as you wrap up, okay, guys, I'm glad that you got a little taste of it. Now, here's the real thing. Like, no, this is who you are right here in this body, in this experience right now. And I don't care if you're 80 or 90 years old. It is never too late to come to the awareness that I have the opportunity right here to make a decision that's going to change my current circumstance, or that's going to create a higher quality of life for myself. Right? There is nobody who is too far gone as long as you are still here, walking and breathing and having your being on this planet. You are still capable, and more than capable. It's actually truly our own personal responsibility to ourselves. And then, of course, to one another, which is just a byproduct of that, is that you are here. You are here right now. You're having this moment, this experience that's never going to be duplicatable. And right here, right now, you have a decision. Do I either invest my moment, my now, my present, into the highest version of myself, or into the lower version, into the higher nature or into the lower nature? Do I invest into love or into fear? We always have a decision at the present moment. Am I going to live and embody that individual who is living out my dream? Right? That's why we call it like living the dream. It literally, once you get into, I promise you, you feel like you're in a dream sequence. Time feels different. Your energy feels different. Just like in a dream where you feel literally invincible and you can fly, you can do all these things. When you are living in your purpose, in alignment with your purpose, as opposed to doing things from a fear state, oh, I got to pay the bills, oh, I got to do this, oh, I got to do that. Instead, you're living from abundance, which is going to bring you everything you want and even more. When you live in that place, before you even get the external stuff, you feel a different level of excitement, of energy. Like, you feel a different level of life. It drives you. It pushes, it pulls you, really. It doesn't even push you. It pulls you. It compels you. And you're able to be present in ways that you could never imagine. Like, again, I talked about the time aspect, right? When you're doing something you love, it feels as if time is infinite. Time is stretched, but also time is compressed. You look up to the clock and the entire day has gone by, and you feel satisfied in it, and you feel fulfilled in it, and you feel whole within it. Whereas if you're working in a job or some kind of occupation or profession that you do not truly desire to be in, you feel drained even after 5 minutes of being at the job. You feel drained before you get to the job. Like, let's be real. Let's be all the way authentic. You feel drained before you even got to the job. And now that you're at the job, it's just a kind of continuation of that energy drain, because you're doing something that is not resonant with who you truly are. You're doing something that's not aligned with who you truly are. You are inherently lying to yourself. You are fabricating a truth. And that's not always easy to hear, but it's necessary to hear. It's necessary to take that message, because nothing else is going to satisfy. Like, the truth will only be satisfied by you facing it, you accepting it, and you applying it. Once you hear truth, you're not going to shake it. It's just like when you have a desire, like a genuinely true, authentic, and pure desire, right? Not like a desire for like, oh, I want that person's stuff. That's not a pure desire. What you actually desire is like life expressed at the highest level, right? Like, some of us may, see a relationship that we desire and we think, man, I want that person, I want that girl in that relationship, or I want that dude right there. Like, oh man, like if only I had them as a partner. No, What you're looking for is not the other person, it's what they're experiencing, or it's what that person is delivering. That's the actual thing that you desire, that you're yearning for. And so it's that very same energy that we bring when it comes to, again, when it comes to truly living our fulfilled vision, our fulfilled purpose, is when we're in that state, we no longer have this yearning. We no longer have this persistent desire because we're moving towards the fulfillment of everything we did desire. But when you're not in that state, you're always in a place of wanting more, of desiring. And you can't shake the desire. You can't just eliminate the desire. You're either going to start to persecute or ridicule the desire, which is what a lot of people do. Like instead of, going after the things that they truly want in life, they make fun of it, or they say that it's impossible, or they ridicule and persecute the people who are living out those desires that they have. Like you'll see, if a man believes that he is not able to get a Lamborghini, he will look at another man with a Lamborghini and he'll start to persecute him. He'll say, man, that guy right there, he's greedy, he's selfish, he's, full of himself, he doesn't care about anybody but himself. Like they'll make all these crazy assumptions, whether it's externally or internally, simply because this person is living out a desire that they believe they no longer can. But if you offered that same person, the same person who's a persecutor, if you offered them a Lamborghini, they would take it in a heartbeat. I guarantee it. And again, that comes down to the person who is not living in their purpose. They're always going to have a yearning. Always. You're always going to be unsatisfied when you're living apart from the thing that you're supposed to be doing. And that's a truth that I had to accept time and time again, but I really digested and said, you know what? I am only going to give my life force to. I'm only going to live by the thing that is going to fuel and feed me for the rest of my life. Why would I do anything else? Like really think about it. Why would I invest myself into anything besides what is my true highest calling? Why would I do anything less than that? And the answer is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of, people making fun of me, people talking behind my, like it's really almost always based on other people's perception of us. And the reason we care about other people's perception of us is because we have a low esteem of ourselves, or we do not have a sense of self-worth, and that's reflected through other people. And so when somebody says something about me, I'm offended, or, I'm ready to blow up, or I'm ready to quit because I believe that about myself. When you no longer believe something about yourself, it doesn't offend you anymore. It doesn't, quote unquote, hurt your feelings, or it's not something that you hold on to for dear life because you don't believe it, you don't accept it, and so it's rejected automatically, right? It's like a toxin in the body. If you have a healthy body, it's going to reject that toxin and let that toxin, move through you freely in different ways. We'll just leave that to the imagination. So, yeah, my message today is very simple. It's very straightforward, actually. And it's something that, again, I'm continuously refining and honing in my own life, is the message of like every single moment is the most important moment of my life. Like this moment right here is just as important as the moment when I'm driving down the street in the Lambo. Like this moment is just as important as, Turks and Caicos with the family. They are all the most important moment. But this moment right here is the defining factor of my life. This moment propels me into the next moment and into the next moment. And then you wake up one day and those moments have added up and created the exact thing that you truly always desired. Whether that is inner peace, happiness, contentment, fulfillment, because it's really all emotions that we're looking for. Like you only want the Lambo because of how you believe that you're going to feel having it. And once you actually cultivate the feeling, cultivate meaning you hone that, you create the skill or the habit of that feeling, you have no choice but to attract every other thing that you desire. But you still realize at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the feeling was enough. The emotional aspect of it was more than enough. The inner peace is priceless. The inner experience is priceless. And so I'm really just going to leave you with that. I'm going to place that in your hands. Bam, that's yours to carry. And you do with it what you will. But for the meantime, for anybody who is in their healing journey, anybody who is transcending the place they used to be and stepping into the fullest version of themselves, I want to do a one-on-one consultation with you. So I have my calendar open right now. I don't know how long it will be open for, to be very honest with you, because things are taking off. My time is, being shrunk, or at least I'm investing it. My time's not being shrunk. I'm investing my time into, things that I truly love to do. One of them, which is coaching, but I can only have so many one-on-one coaching clients. So again, make sure to book a one-on-one coaching consultation. Go down to the description below. You should find a link to my Calendly. You can click on that link, find a time, find a day that works for both of us, and let's really get to a breakthrough. I don't believe this has to take a lifetime. It doesn't have to be 20 years on a couch. We can really do this in a few sessions if you are in a place where you are ready to commit. I love you. I appreciate you. Peace.